Hey everyone, so today I wanted to talk about how to set goals that are realistic. So, when looking at your goals, your plans, what you want to accomplish, especially in the short term being 2 to 3 years, or even 1 year, or even 6 months, where you want to go, there are steps that you can take to get to those goals. For example, if you want to buy a house, first step may be find a good job. Second step may be to get rid of all bad and unnecessary debt. Third step may be to start saving money. Fourth step would be to then start looking, right? Find that real estate agent who's going to help you with that property or whatever. Now, if you're not looking at real estate, again, first step would be find a good job. Second step would be to pay off all unnecessary and bad debt. Third step would be start saving money. This money that is being saved is like your emergency fund, and it covers all necessary expenses as well as all emergency expenses. Then the next step after that would then be to invest in the stock market. Investing in stocks that you know, you love, that you may actually use as well would be another benefit. Now, again, I am not your financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. Please don't take advice from those on YouTube. That's just a disclaimer. But this is what I did in order to reach financial freedom for myself, and how I'm continuing to grow upon my financial freedom. And it started with stocks, actually. It started with saving money and finding a job, period. Didn't matter how good the job was, because my lifestyle hadn't creeped on me how it has now, right? I've kind of gradually grew into my lifestyle. And so I never really needed to have the best job, but I just needed a job to get started. Two, I didn't have any bad debt. I kind of paid my debt all throughout college and everything else. The only debt that I really ever had outside of a mortgage was student loans, which again, I didn't have any by the time I graduated college. Another way to get by without having to necessarily have a job in college is probably by finding scholarships. If I had worked harder on scholarships rather than a job, I probably would have had enough scholarships. But, I took a different route. I took the route that seemed more straightforward to me. I'm a straightforward person. And so having that job gave me the opportunity to manage every single thing and not necessarily rely on someone in order to be debt free. So in that environment, you find certain things that you want in out of life. And what I've found is that the more money I save, the more opportunities present themselves to me. And in turn, it allows me to invest in these amazing opportunities at any given time. For example, when I found out about stocks, I had at least $5,000 to $6,000 saved. I was about 19 years old. So when the opportunity presented itself to me, I was able to go in full force and dive into that more. When I found out about real estate, I was already saving a lot of money, and then I was able to pursue it by walking these properties. In walking these properties month by month, unknowingly, I was also saving more and more money, but still looking at the same exact homes. What did that allow me to do? That allowed me to raise my down payment from maybe 5% to 10% in the span of 3 to 4 months. And so, again, money creates opportunity. And then there will be more opportunities coming in this new environment that we're in. When people said debt was king, I was, again, too young to really understand how is debt king. And some would say it was king because it was cheap. It was less than 3%. Well, now that debt is expensive at 7%, you also hear cash is king, right? And we've heard that our entire lives. And so for me, cash has always been king because cash has always presented an opportunity for me, an opportunity to invest in the stock market, an opportunity to invest in real estate, an opportunity to take advantage of certain situations. And in this situation that we're in, where debt is high, when the value of homes decrease 5 or 10% or even 20% in certain markets, that creates an opportunity for those who have always believed cash is king and has kept cash on the side to then be able to pursue these opportunities in a place where others may be fearful because of the interest rates and not knowing when it will go down or by how much it will go down, right? So even in good times when interest rates were 3%, we had people putting in lower offers on homes, all cash. Why? Because they can close quicker, because there were no drawbacks, right? There were no reasons to believe that you wouldn't close on this home because you don't have to go through a bank. In this time where interest rates are higher, you now see that you're going to see now that cash is going to be far superior because people want to close. They don't want people to back out of deals. They don't want the bank to say you're not qualified due to their stringent requirements. They want someone who they can say with confidence is going to close this deal. And so that leads to cash again being king, even in good times and bad times, because it presents an opportunity that most people don't have, right? Most people aren't buying all cash. And so that opportunity that presents itself is only there for the few. Also, rehab properties that need some work and can provide a substantial amount of value. Again, having that cash on hand is going to allow you to take advantage of these things. And so, again, when it comes to managing your expectations, managing your goals, it all starts by eliminating bad debt and saving money. Saving money, even if you don't know what you're saving for, will eventually yield some good returns for you in the way of either the stock market, real estate market, or any other business venture that you decide to enter into. And yes, I've looked at owning certain restaurants. I've looked at opening ATM machines. I've looked at opening, things that I wouldn't necessarily need to check on all the time, something that would be more passive for me. And in all of these searches, you find these opportunities obtainable because I've set realistic goals for myself, which was save this amount of money every single month. By the end of the year, I'll have this much. When I have that much, I'll do this with that. And that can mean anything, right? So again, just setting clear expectations. Even when I didn't know what I was going to do, when I was 18, I said, I'm going to save $60,000 and I'm going to buy my first house. When I was 18, I said that. Why did I say $60,000? I felt $60,000 was a realistic amount of money that I could make in 5 years because I had just made $10,000 in 1 year. And I was 18 years old, and that was my first job opportunity. And I was making about $10.50 an hour at the time. So looking back on that, it's easy to say that in 5 years, I would be able to make $60,000 net and be able to use that in order to buy my first property. And I would have been 23 years of age. All right. So looking back, I was definitely able to accomplish all of that while going to school. And it's because, you know, of course, inflation increases in earning potential, especially with a bachelor's degree, and a whole bunch of other things that come along with just being a strong saver and setting clear expectations for yourselves and clear goals. Another thing, when I was 21, I set another goal, fresh out of college, to save again $60,000 because that was all eradicated by college itself, room and board, things like that. And so setting that realistic expectation, this is how much I'm going to save this year, this is how much I'm going to save next year, and so on and so forth. And that allowed me to move forward with a clear goal in mind that in 5 years, this is what's going to happen. And when you do that, when you set those clear goals and expectations, you typically will meet those goals and expectations a lot earlier, which has always been the case for me. So again, look at your current situation, find out what can be improved, find out what you're doing right, continue to do those things right, and in turn, that will help you into get into where you need and want to be. If you found some value in this video, make sure you like, comment, and definitely subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.